Welcome everybody to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. I know it said 8 o'clock, but I was out and about and still had to get my exercise in and all kinds of stuff. So I've been had a busy day. I had to go to the doctor in the morning, and it was they teaching the practitioners or whatever people trying to learn how to be nurses and doctors. So yeah, so dealing with that, I was nervous as fuck because I'm like, oh god, they gonna have people learning sticking me and shit. I'm like, yeah. So my body kind of refused to cooperate. Yeah, you get one vial of blood, that's it. He said, nope, man, we're good. So yeah, I went to the doctor because there was a lot of I had a little health scare, and with my age and also my weight, you know. Plus, I have my family has a history of diabetes in my family. Even though my mother, she didn't have diabetes, but she had kidney problems. But I think that was coming from the medicine more than just her eating. So, now I gotta make sure that I'm okay. I had a little scare. I think it was something I ate probably gave me some type of bladder infection or something, and so I'm just pissing up a storm everywhere. So went to the doctor. He's like, well, you know, we'll do the blood test, do the little physical, and we'll get back to you, see what's going on. So, but I'm already making some changes, trying to give up the fast food, the fried food. So trying to do all that. Because like I said, I need to do a little change in my health right now. And also, I have a coworker. He has a congestive heart failure. He just found out probably like a month ago. He has it, and I didn't. He so I called him and checked on, and he told me what it was. And I had to tell him, like, look, my ex-wife, she has congestive heart failure. She's been had it. But it's not a death sentence. It just you have to be very careful. You have to make sure you don't have no stress. Make sure your diet's on point, low sodium, yada yada yada. It's not a death wish. I mean, it's not a death sentence. It's just you have to be very careful. I was trying to encourage him. I gave him some money to help him out with his bills. And so that got me into thinking about myself because we're kind of like the same age. Well, actually, younger than I am. And he's having all these health issues. So I was kind of following the path he was. So I kind of was leaning towards it. But then this health scare came along, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I better just go ahead and pull the trigger. Um, because like I said, it runs in my family. I got to be really, really careful. Congestive heart failure also runs in my family. My mother had it. My father had it. My brother had heart issues, but that was more attributed to the drugs. But it runs in my family, so I got to be very, very careful. But enough about me. Uh, we need to talk about what you came here to listen to. You see the title, "Goodbye, Ricky Williams." Now, I have to give a shout out to Psychopathia Live. They covered this, but I wanted to cover it on my own because I thought this was just on some weirdo shit, and it's just sad. So we're gonna look up the article here. We're going to share screen here. Okay, and share audio here. Let's get into this. This is from the national news. Fair use, fair use, fair use. All right. It's from national news. Former NFL star Ricky Williams explains why he changed his name. The former first round NFL draft pick Ricky Williams isn't Ricky Williams anymore. The 1998 Heisman Trophy winner for the Texas Longhorns decided to legally change his name to Eric Myron. He explained the change during an interview on the Dan Le Batard show with Sugas. The fuck these names? Jesus. Saying that he did about a year and a half ago after he got married to his wife, Lena Maron. Technically, his first name has always been Eric, but he always went by Ricky. Ricky is the first name on his birth certificate. I mean, Eric is the first name on the birth certificate. He talked about the change to match his wife's last name after the show hosts saw that the name displayed on the Zoom call they were talking on. It was quick and easy, and it was really meaningful. It felt really meaningful, he said. In every relationship, you want to have some kind of balance. But in a traditional model, it becomes difficult when the male makes all the money. He said he was led to take his wife's last name because of what he learned while creating a astrolo- astrological relationship smartphone app. Okay. He took a astrology class with Lena and said relationship imbalances showed up in their charts. Okay. I learned so much about our dynamic, he said. My wife is an attorney, so she can handle herself, but I'm the favorites one. She's used to being the hot shot around her friends, but when she comes around me and people forget she exists. Remember that part, y'all. Remember that part. I started thinking of ways to create more balance in our relationship. And one of the things that popped into my head was taking her last name. Oh, I got some words for that. He said watching episodes of the TV show Bewitched, which aired from 1964 to 1972, helped him identify imbalances as well as providing examples of how the characters, Samantha and Darren, interacted. When LeBatard asked if Lena was moved by the gesture, Eric replied, "Yes, it's a win for both of us. I think it's cool." He also mentioned that he's not totally sure who his dad's father is, which is where the last name Williams came into his family. It's like one of those family secrets, he said. Williams was my grandmother's husband name, and he wasn't my dad's father, so Williams isn't really my last name. I find more meaning in this last name than Williams. Myron also sells cannabis under the Ricky Williams name and brand. And when asked if he thought it would hurt his brand, Myron countered by saying he thinks it makes the brand more interesting. If I talk to my business partners, they probably say yes, but for me, I say the opposite. To me, this makes the story of Ricky Williams more interesting. While he was Ricky Williams, he was the first player to ever win the Dvorak Walker Award, given to college football's most outstanding running back twice, and he left college with 21 NCAA records and 46 Texas program records. He played 11 seasons in the NFL with the New Orleans Saints, Miami Dolphins, and the Baltimore Ravens. While suspended for a year for violating the NFL's drug policy for the fourth time, Williams played a season with the Toronto Argonauts in the Canadian Football League. The field inside DKR's Texas Memorial Stadium was dedicated to both Williams and Earl Campbell last season and renamed Campbell Williams Field. Okay. Okay. There was another thing that I want to look up right quick. see here. So let's go through this because so much to discover. Now, before I begin, is this a precedent for men to take women's last names? Um, Let me stop the sharing. Get that too. Yeah, I'm just looking through shit. So, so the first thing you're probably asking, other than what the fuck that you meant by balance, is there a precedent for this? And actually, yes, there is. If you look up, we could look this up here. Look up and taking wife last name. I guess so. Let's look at this here. Okay, all right. So about this before. I know, folks. Now let's look into this. Men changing their last name to their wives. Let's look here. More than any time in history, men are taking the last name of their wives. The number of women who decide to stick to their maiden names after marriage has also gone up. Many people think that men who adopt their wives' last name have a problem. The truth is, today's man has very solid reason for doing so. Zoe Saldana, one of the heartthrobs of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy film, indicated that against her concerns, Margot Perego, her husband, decided to adopt her last name, Saldana, once they married. Obviously, a man is taking the last name of a wife isn't normal and always draw attention from all quarters since it's seemingly a violation of established social norm. When asked about a man taking the last name of their wives, most Americans express valid reasons. 40% of respondents believe it's a bit odd, 30% suppose it's fine, 17% thinks it's inappropriate, 7% deem that it's a great choice, while 6% are not sure about it. The use of a marriage license or marriage certificate and name change after marriage has cited one of the reasons why men want to adopt the wife's last name. The process involved and the current law prevents them from doing so. In states where men are not allowed to change their name with a marriage license, the legal adult name process they're asked to follow is usually expensive and very long. Most give up, in fact. In all 50 states, only Colorado, North Dakota, New York, Massachusetts, Louisiana, Iowa, Hawaii, Georgia, Oregon, and California allow husbands to change their marriage license to adopt the last name of the wife. As many men follow the example of the Sadanas, there are a number of reasons many are warming up to this. Support and commitment. One of the reasons fueling and motivating men to take the last name of their spouses is to show them how supportive they are and their commitment to the relationship. This is happening mostly when the wife is the main provider of the family or when the wife seems to have a more dominant position in the family. Mm, interesting. The feelings of the man in relation to the change mostly depend on the reason for taking the name. Egalitarian husbands. Some husbands believe in the strong principle of every individual being equal and deserving equal rights and opportunities, such as a man taking the last name of the wife after marriage. This might be a strong desire to challenge the already laid cultural convention. Even when confronted by family members or friends, egalitarian men love explaining themselves as such, as they can with the intention of changing the norms according to their beliefs. Hmm, interesting. When wife name sounds better. Some husbands believe their last names don't sound good or look good. They compare to adopt the last name of their wife for that purpose. Some husbands could be concerned if both names do not bring in any improvement. Husband last name might be her burger dairy and the wife name Birkin. I ain't trying to say that fucking name. Yeah, I would change that last name too. Who the fuck gonna say this name? Look at this last name. I'll change it too. Like, I'm like, shit. Uncle Buck Dairy. I'm like, yeah, our last name is Herb. Herb Buck. These just sound better. Vote into Hercuberkany. Herberkany. I ain't saying that last part. Seems like a sin against humanity and nature. Nevertheless, if the wife's last name sounds better, more likable, men spouses are considering adopting it and dropping theirs. Otherwise, a hyphenated name with the husband first and wife's last is a viable option. Family accepts it. Most people getting married today find it hard to be accepted by the in-laws, which is mostly one of the reasons why most marriages find themselves in trouble. Men who find themselves accepted by the family of the wife and treated like part of the family are compelled to repay such clear kindness. The man could be from a family unit without a clear history or a difficult or violent family he would like to forget and put behind him. The wife's last name gives him a great idea to affect this. Now, this actually, if anybody is any of people who know um, the anime Evangelion, remember that Gendo Akari took his wife's last name. Um, took his wife's name, Yui Akari. He took her last name because of her status, and he had a kind of like a bad history. So instead of keeping his name, he took his wife's name. So when the wife name means more. Apart from coming from a great family with a breathtaking family history, there are a number of men who decide to go with the last name of the wife if it means a lot to her. Perhaps if it's synonymous with her business and identity. Men who find nothing interesting in their names, but everything worth talking about in the last name of the wife, warm up fast to the wife's last name. No one would like to lose their name if they're famous and well known across the country and easily found on Google, which is great for their brand and business. Nevertheless, some men are ready to go with their well-known wife last name at the expense of their unknown, weird, and not very nice last names such as Smelly and Bogus. Yeah, if I had the last name Smelly and Bogus, I would change my last name too. Great branding. In the time when branding is important and some names simply help to make the branding process easier and successful, some men are taking this into consideration after marriage. This is true, particularly of men who have a familiar and two common names that almost every family has, and it's not special in any way. As such, a man might take the wife's last name to better brand himself, such as a tree surgeon taking his wife Tentry's last name. Okay, great branding. I can see something like that. Like if Stefan and Oprah ever were to get married, Stefan would probably take Oprah's last name because Winfrey is well known. Actually, in Japan, if we look at this thing, in Japan, the man could take both. He could take the his he could do his last name or he could do his wife's last name. The, while you would take the wife's last name if the wife has a high state, the wife's family has a higher status than his. So essentially, he would take her last name to be part of that family. When the name is too familiar and costly, in the last 1 century, James has been the top first name for males across the United States. When it comes to surnames, Johnson, closely related, comes closely second to Smith, making a name such as Jimmy Johnson or James Johnson the most common. Those males with the most common names, particularly last names, share birthdays, place of birth, and careers with thousands of other people. If a background check is done by a company where one is seeking a job, this could be problematic if any of those shared names have criminal records. People have lost career opportunities because this leading to some men opting to change to a wife's last name to be different, as well as ensuring that children do not go through the same. Ultimately, men changing their last name to their wife's last name is a personal choice, and vice versa. There is no wrong or right. As long as it's right to you, there is no reason not to go for it. What do you think? Should men take their wives' last names? Now, so, so it's not like it's not uncommon. I mean, it's uncommon, but people there are men who will do that. Um, I know in certain countries, what? Let me look this up right here. Do do men take wives' last name? Let's see. Here we go. Here. So yeah, we're going to look at this right here. Wow, he actually. Hey, Dame, how you doing? How you doing, Dane? Yes, yes, he did. He took his wife's last name. Yes, yes, he did. Yeah. Let me get to this. Hold on. Oh, just looking at- Okay. I'm gonna share this right here. Now, Japan, they have been doing it, letting men do that. We're gonna look into that right here. Okay. Here. All right. Here we go. In Japan, men have been taking wives' last name for a long time. This may seem surprising in light of the view of Japanese society being very male dominant. In fact, it's done for practical, usually business purposes. If the wife's family has a well known business, which is run as a family concern, and the man marrying the woman is going to enter and eventually take over that business, he is legally adopted by the woman's family, thus takes her surname along with it. This is called becoming a Yoshi. The word and concept is the same as for a child being adopted. One of my uncles on my father's side took his wife's last name when they were married and has been running the family business, a large commercial bakery in the southern island of Kyushu ever since. I think he's retired now and his children have taken over. Since my grandparents were not well off and had six kids to send out to the world, the fact that one of his sons was adopted by this wealthy family is seen as a very good thing. The one sad thing is that the conservative family that my uncle married into regard the adoption as an effective cutting off of his ties with his natural family. My grandfather has not been allowed to their house when she took my grandmother, sorry, my grandmother was not allowed in their house when she took my sister and I to visit her Keneshu resident relatives once. They stayed in my aunt's rather cramped house rather than the big mansion my uncle lived in, and my uncle and his wife saw my grandmother at a local ryote traditional high-end restaurant. I remember loving the wonderful food there, but even as 11-year-old, I wonder why they weren't entertaining grandma in their house. My uncle did visit his parents whenever he was in the Tokyo area, of course, but there wasn't much, if any, contact between the rest of his family and my grandparents while they were alive. Ouch. Wow. So does Becky family have a business that require him to get adopted by his friend? No, she don't. I'm about to go into that, but I just wanted to set this up. Yeah, I'm gonna get into that, Dane, because I wanted to show that it is a precedence for men to do it. And earlier I was talking about why men would do that, and there's certain countries where they do it. Spain, they have to take the wife's name because they marry into the family. In Japanese, like I said, it depends on who has the highest status. If the wife's family has a higher status, business wise, social wise, then the husband takes the wife's last name, effectively being adopted. That's what get adopted by the family. Yeah. So anyway, let me get into this, and I'm gonna go back to that article that I saw because I want people to understand this. Okay, so let's go back to this article again, and we're gonna dig in why the fuck. Yeah. No, you good. You good, Dane. You good. I'm just gonna get in there, and so let me go back to that article and why this was the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life, and why this is fucking. And it just show how these dudes be weak in these fucking relationships. Let's get to it. Let me share this again because I'm gonna get back to it. Let's see. And okay, so let's get down to going. Now this is his excuse of why he did this. He said it was quick and easy and it was really meaningful. In every relationship, you want to have some kind of balance, but in the traditional model, it becomes difficult when the male makes all the money. Okay, first off, your wife was a lawyer. She's supposed to be this hot shot lawyer, so I'm pretty sure she's making her own money. And now I know you're probably making more money than her. Maybe I don't know, but I don't think she's poor and destitute. So I'm like, what the fuck? He said he led to take his wife's last name because of what he learned in creating an astrological relationship smartphone app. He took an astrology class with Lenina and said relationship imbalances showed up in their charts. So let me get this straight. You took an astrology class and it told you that there are imbalances in your relationship. If you got to go to a fucking class to find out there's some problems in your relationship, you got problems. What the fuck is going on here? Why do you have to go to a damn class to find out there's some problems in your relationship? I learned so much about this dynamic, he said. My wife is an attorney, so she can handle herself, but I'm the famous one. She used to be in the high shot around her friends, but when she comes to me around me, and people forget she exists. Dude, you're Ricky Williams. People come to see you. No one gives a fuck about your wife. When they come to get your autograph, I don't think none of them say, man, I sure like to know about your wife. No, they come to see you. When they see the cannabis with your name on it, they probably saying, man, I sure like to get that weed. The same weed made him retire. He could not give it up. He retired. He would rather retire than give up his weed. I got to get me some of that. Nobody gives a fuck about your wife. When they come, they see Ricky Williams on it. Man, let me go buy this cannabis. They're not saying, man, Ricky Williams and his wife. Nobody gives a fuck about your wife. I'm sorry. I know because she's in the fifis. Because when people are coming to you, nobody gives a fuck about her. Nobody should give a fuck about her like that. The only time they should give a fuck is some chick trying to fuck you. That's when they should give a fuck. Or they should give a fuck that you Ricky Williams' wife when these dudes are trying to hit on her. And I know they probably hit on her at the job. But they might say, might not because that Ricky Williams' wife. I don't want to mess with that. Other than that, nobody should care about who your wife is. Why are you worrying about what other people think about your wife? She's an attorney. Shouldn't she be proud of being an attorney? Why is she worried about everybody knowing her? Why is she worried about fame? That's a problem in your relationship. She worrying about what other people worrying about her. Sound like she's a fucking narcissist or something like that. Fucking weirdo. Like, why the fuck would you care? Why would she care if people know her? And if anything, you would want less people to know you because he's famous. And then he's in the beginning astrology. Yes, he took an astrology class and they told him, yeah, you got problems in your relationship. I bet you 9 times out of 10, he ain't had no problems in this relationship. Nothing. Nothing at all. And because he's listening to some goofball astrology teacher or whatever, oh my God, my marriage is in trouble. Nobody knows who my wife is. All these people come to me. They want me to sign their autograph. They want to buy my cannabis. But because they don't know my wife, they don't care about my wife, who's an attorney. I feel some type of way. She probably was saying that these people don't care about me. All they talk about is you. I want the attention. I used to have all the attention. Now nobody cares about me. You know what he should have said? Yeah, that's like deal with it. Not not this shit. God damn it. Well, she's a narcissist enough not to stop him from changing his name to. Of course, she shouldn't. This don't even make sense. Let's continue. Let's go trash this shit more. I started thinking of ways to create more balance in our relationship. For what? Why? And people, because people don't give a fuck about her while you're around. Shouldn't she? Shouldn't the only person that matter in her life should be you as her husband, her children, her family? That's it. And maybe her career. Why is she worrying about everybody else who don't who why is she worrying about everybody else caring? This lady goofy. And he goofy for having her. I started thinking of ways of creating more balance, and one of the things that popped into my head was taking her last name. Again, this goofy ass dude, of all the things you could think of to solve her problem, her insecurities, because nobody's paying attention to me. It should be me. It should be me. I'm the white woman here. I'm the attorney. Y'all should pay attention to me. Why are you paying attention to this dude? He's just a football player. Why are you paying attention to him? Pay attention to me. This, oh my God, this shit is ridiculous. He's, let's see. He started watching episodes of TV show Bewitched, from which aired from 1964 and 1972, helping him identify imbalances as well as providing examples of how the characters Samantha and Dan interacted. Why the fuck are you looking at TV to figure out your fucking relationship? I am never, when I was married, I have never in my life said, man, I sure need to look at TV to find out how to deal with my relationship. What? Bewitched of all, it was a comedy. I remember watching Bewitched on Nick at Night. I watched it. I never said to myself, man, I sure want my wife to be like Samantha. It's not fucking real. What's wrong with this dude? You're taking a TV show and applying it to real life. What happened to going to your grandmother or your grandmother? What happened to going to your mother? What happened to going to some friends? You going to an astrology class and looking at a TV show. Where do they do this at? Help me. Someone help me. Dane, help me. Please help me with this. I gotta figure this one out. This don't even make sense. Jesus Christ. That's why I say you're lost in the sauce. When when Ricky was asked if Lena was moved by the gesture, Eric replied, yeah, it's a win for both of us. I think it's cool. Yeah, like she's gonna say, no, this fucking narcissistic probably chick probably like, yeah, I got him real tied up now. Fucking good. Oh God, this shit makes my head hurts. He been hit in the head one too many times. I wish I could say it was just that, but this dude been a weirdo. I don't know what he got in that cannabis, but I don't want no parts of this. I want no parts of that cannabis. Keep that shit. Shit. Yeah, I can keep it. this, I think this is fucking weird. Oh, just weird. He also mentioned that he's not totally sure who his dad's father is, which is where the last name Williams came into the family. Okay, so this dude not really comfortable with his family. It's like one of those families secrets. Williams was my grandmother's husband's name, and he wasn't my dad's father, so Williams isn't really my last name. I find more meaning in this last name than Williams. So let me get the. So already he has an issue with his family. So he's not even comfortable in his own family's skin because Williams is not his dad grandfather's name. Okay, well, what is his grandmother's name? What is his mother's last name? Why ain't just use that? If you feeling some type of way about your family last name, look, my last name. As much as I don't fuck with my family on my father's side, I fuck more with my family on my mother's side. I had more interaction with them. Although I did when I was real young, I had more interaction with my it was equal. I had interaction with my mother's side and my father's side. But as I got older, I was more on my mother's side than my father's side. So, but even with that, I still kept my last name because it's important to me. That's my identity. That's my identity. I was not going to change my last name to fit my ex-wife last name. I liked it my last name. Like some of my family is on some bullshit. It's still just for me myself. So this dude was not even comfortable with himself. That's what it seemed like. He's not comfortable with himself. He's so in awe with this woman that he's lost in the sauce. So what? I have my father. I don't have my father's last name, and I'm good with my mom. Yeah, which I would. That's what I would think. Okay, you're not good with your father's last name. Clearly there's some issues with your dad and your granddad, whatever, because your granddad was a stepdad. Okay, why not take? That's what, and actually, what that was psychopathia thought is why you didn't just take your mother's last name. You were raised with your mother, so why you not take her last name? If you had this such a problem with Williams' last name, you could have took a maiden name. If I really had a problem with my last name, I could have took my mother's last name. My mother, my on my mother's side, we got preachers, landowners, business owners. You know, I could have went over there and been fine. They even say I look like my grandfather, so it wouldn't is and let me be honest. You know, if I look more like my mother and my grandfather than I do like my father. My father's light skinned. He's about as light as bomb cherry. If you if you or his grandmother's maiden name, yeah, could took that. Why are you taking this white woman's last name? But yeah, like if I had an issue with my last name, I could took my mother's last name. I could have took that last name and would have been fine. And everybody would have been, they've been fine with that because they say I look like my grandfather. They look like my mother and my grandfather. If I show you a picture of my father and me, you probably wouldn't even think we related because he's light skin. He's like bomb cherries skin type. You wouldn't even know we were son and father unless you really knew us. So it's like I still wouldn't have taken my wife's last name, and I respect my ex-wife's family. You know, all of kids got no issues. Yeah, they got some goofy stuff on their side. They got every family got goofy stuff, but for the most part, they've been successful homeowners. Shit, even my ex father-in-law, all his children, no problems. They never been to jail. Two of my ex brother-in-laws are married. One's not, but he ain't got babies running around everywhere. They're good people. They got their issues, but they're good people. I could have took her last name and wouldn't have been fine, but I wouldn't have done that because I'm proud of my last name. I'm me. Because to me, that's losing a part of me, and I'm not going to lose a part of me. And I think that's where Ricky, he never really was comfortable with himself. He never really comfortable with his family because it just look at it. It's not like if like let's just say for instance, like if uh Stedman and Oprah were ever to get married, if Stedman would have took Oprah's last name, people will understand. Oprah is the brand. Oprah is more famous. You know, that would be understandable. In this case, it's not understandable. He's more famous. Let me just take that off. Well, let me look more at it. She's more famous than he is. She has a higher status than him. So that's understandable. In this case, there is no that she don't have a higher status than him. He's more famous. He's making the money. Why are you taking her last name? It don't even make sense. Let's look down. Myron sells cannabis under the Ricky Williams name and brand, and when asked if he thought it would hurt his brand, Myron countered saying that he thinks it makes the brand more interesting. If I talk to my business partners, they probably say yes, but for me, I say the opposite. To me, it makes the story of Ricky Williams more interesting. Why in the fuck would why would that be more interesting? People would think you're a weirdo. Some people think you're a weirdo right now. Now they think you're more of a weirdo. Why would the fuck would you change your last name? That's the last name making the money. People know you as Ricky Williams. When they go by the campus, nobody's looking for Eric Marin. Things black men have to do to make Becky feel secure. Exactly. And not just black women. I mean, white women. A lot of women they make these sacrifices for this shit. I get it because she like this Becky feels so out of place. I'm gonna take her last name so she don't feel bad. What the fuck? So you're gonna lose out, possibly losing out of millions of dollars of revenue to make your wife happy because she don't feel insecure about herself. What kind of goofy shit? What you should have done if she feels so insecure about being around you, you might want to get another woman because clearly she ain't in her right mind. Let me take this off because this is ridiculous. Let me get this straight. And it's sad that there are a lot of black males out here who feel that they got to sacrifice themselves in relationships to make their woman feel secure. you don't lose yourself in relationships like this. You don't do shit like this. You don't ruin your money to make a woman feel secure. That's goofy shit. If she feels like, oh, I can't handle all these people knowing you and nobody cares about me, she needs to go. She gotta go. Or she need to go seek a therapy. God damn, she's a fucking attorney. What the fuck is the problem? Nobody, you're apparently, she's supposed to be this hot shot attorney. Everybody knows her. You're not happy with that because your man is more well known. I would think you would be proud that everybody knows your man. Look, I got Ricky Williams. She should be bragging about that. Instead, she feels insecure, like I'm less than. The fuck's going on? Like, let me ask, Dame, you're here. Let me ask you, would would being married to someone who's famous or well known, would that make you more insecure? Would that make you more secure? You would be bragging like, yeah, I got this guy on my shoulder. Would let me ask you that. You're a woman here. I want to be sure I'm not losing my head. I think it's silly, but let me ask you, Dane. Would you be like, man, I got Ricky Williams on my side? Would you be proud of that, or would you feel like you just lost in the sauce? Oh, I don't because people paying attention to him, everybody know him. You feel like you feel lesser. Thank you, Dane. I would look, if if my wife was Beyonce, I'd be bragging my ass all day. Look, I got Beyonce here. Like, yeah, I got Beyonce. Don't you feel insecure? Fuck no. I got Beyonce here. The fuck? I won. Shit, I won. I won. I don't give a fuck. Nobody know what. I know I won. Jesus, this is insane. This dude is so insecure with himself. But he did say he suffered from social anxiety. But damn, you're not even confident in yourself. You adored by millions. You're one of the legends in Texas. Literally, you mentioned Ricky Williams. Everybody know who Ricky Williams is. But this dude is so insecure. This dude is so fragile that his wife feeling some type of way makes him want to just give up his whole family name and everything. What kind of goofy shit is that? That just the fact that you did all that, it just showed that you're lost in the sauce. You want to you're not secure. You're losing everything for this woman. You shouldn't lose yourself. You shouldn't lose your last name. It's that's insane. I can understand. Like I said, Japan. That was a business decision. It wasn't on some man. I feel sad about my last name. Let me take that one. No, it's all business. This is none of this. His wife feelings are hurt, so I'm gonna just take her last name to appease her. What kind of weak ass goofy shit is this? It's just like these black dudes. You make all this money. You got all these people lining up to be around you, and you still, if his wife wanted to sleep with other men, would he run out and get her one? I bet he would. Dang, I bet he would. Fuck, who knows? He probably had his former teammates come run a train on him, and he watching. He one of these cut white dudes jerking off in the corner while his wife getting ran through by all his teammates. I wouldn't be surprised if that astrology said, you know what, your wife might want other men in the bedroom and other women. You might want to give her that. He will run and go. He will go to the nearest uh, swinger club and have his wife everybody run a train on his wife while he's sitting there. I would not be surprised if he did it. I would not be. Because think about this. This is no different than getting a tattoo of your wife on your arm or something like that. I remember my ex was trying to say, "Hey, you want to get a tattoo of me on your arm?" I like, nope, I ain't doing that. And in turn, I told her, "No, you shouldn't do that for me. I wouldn't do it, because, dude, we don't need that. You're you. I'm me. We're together. But I don't need to brand you as mine. People gonna know when we interact that you're mine, and people gonna know when we interact that I'm yours. For a fact, there is no. They're gonna know that off the rip, and nobody's gonna separate us like that. Well, at the time, but we had other things that separated us. But that would other people were not gonna do that, and people have tried, you know. But it just shows how weak some of these black dudes be, that you're so obsessed with this woman. You are so obsessed with this woman that you'll just do any old thing to be with her, to make her feel secure. You're trying to solve something that is not. Next, we're going to hear about them having an open match. Shit. I would not doubt it. Dang, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not be surprised if he said, yeah, yeah, I let her sleep with other men. Yeah, yeah, and other women too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, can you sleep with other women? No, no, I can't. I can't do it. She would feel insecure. She would not feel safe with that. So I just let her do it, because it's for her. Oh, I like, wow, this I like, man, this is some silly shit here. And it just goes to show you that some dudes lose themselves in relationships trying to impress this woman. Listen, how about just being a strong man? I'm just being a man. You shouldn't be like, hey, sis, look, honey, don't worry about all these people. I'm by your side. I'm here. See, don't worry about all these people. I'm not leaving you. You don't need an astronomy class to tell you how to do that shit. You don't need to watch a TV show, an old TV show. Hell, you couldn't look at the Cosby Show. You couldn't look at Family Matters, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air. No, we're looking at Bewitched with a white man and a white woman. A comedy at that. That's teaching you how to handle a relationship. That dude lost in the sauce. She is now the head of the household. She is the husband in the relationship. Yeah, that's the man. She the man. She the man. She the man. You know what? That her, she is so magical that she made him change his name that is making money. He change his name to Eric Myron. Nobody knows who this person is, and gonna effectively try to run his own business to make her happy. Yeah, she the head. She the master. She owns him. He's her. He's her. He's her woman. He ain't no man anymore. So let's just say goodbye, Ricky Williams. Goodbye, Ricky. Bye, Ricky. You had a long, long life and a long career. You just threw it all away for some white chick. Oh Lord. You don't you literally did the ultimate sacrifice and not even had to die. Ultimate sacrifice for some white woman. Wow. Just an embarrassment of a black man. Just an embarrassment, man. So in closing, I don't want to, because if I keep going, I'll just be ranting. Listen, black man, do not lose yourself in relationships. Do not, because you feel that your wife is insecure, your wife is this and that. You should not lose yourself. You should not be having to prove your love by giving up something. It'd be one thing if it was she was higher status and your name was causing issues. No, Samantha is the more powerful person on Bewitched, like him. And Darren had her give up her power. Yeah. And matter of fact, this is the same. Except the gender is reversed. Uh uh Lania was Darren. Ricky is Samantha. She had him give up his status and everything and change her name. Now he's just a regular black dude and nobody would know. Like on that show, they were talking about like, who's this person? We had to talk to Ricky Williams. We didn't talk to no Eric Marin. Who's this dude? Oh yeah, yeah. I used to be Ricky Williams. I'm not that no more. They're like, the fuck? We ain't come to talk to you. We came to talk to Ricky Williams. So yeah, like yeah, you have to find yourself, man. Don't get in no relationship if you don't even you're not even comfortable with yourself. You're not even comfortable in your own skin. You should not be in a relationship. A lot of dudes get into these relationships. You're not even comfortable with yourself. You don't have your own place. You haven't built something of yourself. Hey, the woman who doesn't exist to you. How you doing, man? Yeah, I'm still waiting on that email. You didn't email me, but whenever you get the chance. Um, was this is the thing. You should never be in a relationship where you're gonna have to lose all yourself. You should never lose yourself in a relationship. We need to have a funeral for Ricky Williams. Yep, yep. We knew him real. Yeah, I mean he died a year and a half ago when he took that name. He did. He is now Eric Miron. Long live Eric Mion. And black men take another L. I'm like, God damn, how many L's I gotta take for you motherfuckers? God damn it. How many L's I gotta take for you people? Jesus. Can't y'all just keep y'all shit private? Damn. Doing some goofy shit for who? For a Becky. Now I see you do shit goofy shit for black women too, but goddamn, you doing it for a lot of broke males want polygamy. No, this dude don't want polygamy. He don't want nothing. He just want to be under his wife. He want to be under his wife. He wants to cuddle under his wife. What are we doing here? This. I was listening to a podcast, the Gray Pill podcast. They talking about these men want to be uh uh want to be under their wives, comforted and shit. And I'm like, I wish I could say they lying. I wish I could say they fucking lying, dude. R.I.P. Ricky Williams, you will be missed. Yeah, we will miss you on the football field, man. You were a beast. I mean, we miss you. I'm gonna pull out. In fact, hold on. Okay, if you heard that, I was pouring out some water for him. Long live Ricky Williams. Let me take a shot of this water. You know, just to give a condolences to his family. I'm sorry that he betrayed y'all. He think y'all ain't shit. He changed his last name because he think you ain't shit. Good. That shows how lazy degenerate they are. They're costing the country too much money. Yeah, these lazy dudes are costing. It's costing everybody. That's the sad part, man. It's making us look bad. But on the same token, the country's okay with doing that because again, keep keep a lazy you keep a lazy black dude lazy, he's more likely to go to jail, and that makes more money. Is what it is. They want them that way. They don't want a powerful black man, so they'll keep them lazy. They'll keep them loose. They'll give them all these white women. They'll treat them like make them want to change their last name, even though they got millions of dollars. They're gonna change their last name. It's all planned. Keep them weak. Keep them lazy. Keep them pathetic. Not be the strong black men that they need to be. So it's just that's how it is, and we gotta dudes like this. You just gotta separate yourself from them. I know I'm separating from them. I'm like, this is some weirdo shit. Uh, I honestly think since the consensus of women, black women, don't want to have children, they may eventually come extinct. I think what's going to happen, Black Man's Fair may end, entirely may end up extinct. Oh yeah, that's going to wait. We'll be able to get it. Wait, we'll be able to get his check. What you mean that, Dane? Like, how are you gonna get his check? Uh, I don't know. Maybe they change it to his other name. I don't know. I don't know. That's the other thing. I'm like, it's just so weird. This shit is weird. He ain't thinking. He's not thinking rationally. He's thinking emotionally. He in his fifis. Like a lot of these dudes are. They in their fifis. When they come to these women, they in their fifis. They either hate them or they so obsessed with them they just lose themselves completely in them. And this is this is where they end up failing, losing themselves, no pride in themselves, no dignity in themselves. They either hate these women, they want to use these women, and they don't want to. His contract and money is under his old name. Yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. I don't know how he's gonna figure that out. Maybe he'll go on. Maybe I mean, since it is his company, his wife is the CEO of his own company. I think they'll probably just change the name to that name, change the checks to his name. So, I mean, they'll do that, but just the whole thing is just it's so sad and weird and it's depressing, just showing that black males really they lose themselves in these relationships. They obsess over these women one way or the other to the point where they just lose themselves and they don't have no pride in themselves. They don't have no dignity in themselves, and they just don't want. Is it true that something will intervene in the manosphere? Well, there's a lot of things intervening right now. I mean, nobody's still repping that. The ones who represent is the diehards. They just die hard. They're gonna go down with that ship no matter what. Other people, they have long abandoned ship. They don't care about that manosphere stuff no more. It's just the diehards. They gonna die with that ship no matter what. They going down. They ain't care. Everybody else is gone. They ain't like no. We ain't part of that shit no more. Nobody want to hear that. No, nobody want to hear that because look, you got Kevin gone. You have these dudes up there shooting up everybody. Kevin, even before he passed away, he abandoned the manosphere, leave it out to dry. Wouldn't even push their talking points, and the one time he did, he got shut down horribly. What was there left of the manosphere? Angry Man divorced himself from it. O'Shea divorced himself from it. The 3.0, they a joke. The one person I thought was cool in the manosphere was Ty. He divorced himself of it. He's like, I'm the outliner. I'm not really in there. The only one still who I respect out of that is DJ Cooter. And even he's kind of trying to separate himself as much as he can because a lot of those dudes are goofs. I mean, it's a goofy place over there. They know different than Ricky. They are so obsessed with black women to the point of they losing themselves, and they have lost all sense of what should be manhood is solving the problems within with black men. We got a lot of issues, job issues, family court issues, mental health issues, physical health issues. We got a lot of problems that don't concern women. This thing with Ricky doing is a problem that a lot of black men have. They lose themselves in these women. They don't understand having their own power, having their own stuff, being proud of themselves. You're not proud of your family. If you're not proud of your family like that, then make your own shit. It's goofy. They're obsessed with black women. They think about us daily. They make troll pages dedicated. Yes, that's that goofy shit. Yeah, I be damn. I'm getting concerned about people that I don't fucking like. I got a life to live. The fuck I care what women do all the time. No, I don't give a damn. I only care I care about the women around me. Other than that, All these other women I don't give two shits about. That's the problem. They are so obsessed with these women that they can't function. They bring certain women in. They turned on them. Jessica X turned on them. Sister George turned on them. And then the ones that really were on their side, like a Nicole Michelle, they turned on her because they just can't get over the fact that that at the end of the day, you got to improve yourself. They want these women, but they can't have them because they're clownish. Yeah, they don't want to change. They don't want to change. Like that whole thing with the sisterhood civil war between Faith and Bomb Cherry. That's the same thing happened back a couple of years ago with Kevin Samuels and their whole self improvement movement. It's basically the same thing because these dudes do not want to change. They feel like they're okay where they are and they not. A lot of them don't got no sustaining jobs. A lot of them, they say they have women, but I doubt it. And if they do have women, they living off of them. They angry and bitter over some woman they did them wrong. Look, and I ain't nothing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't be angry. I'm not saying don't have a hatred. But at some point, you have to do something with it. You have to deal with it at some point. And these dudes don't know how to deal with it. And they fall for the same shit. Woman to woman and woman. It don't matter who they get with. Black women, white women, Asian women, any women. They still have the same problems because it's them. They're the problem. It's not the women, it's them. Yeah, women have their issues. I'm not even gonna doubt that. But at the end of the day, if you having the same problem with every woman you're around, the problem is not the woman, it's you. You're the problem. And these dudes don't want to change. Even if they're even angry if they have a woman on. I know that's a personal problem. I can't be angry if I had a woman. Even if I divested, I was SYSBM. You think I'll be around black women like that? Hell no. I'll be with my Becky or Maylene or Rachel, whoever. I ain't worrying about these black women like that. Because that's not me. I don't care. I'm gonna be with her, but I'm still gonna keep myself. I'm still gonna be me, but I'm gonna be focused on getting our life straight. I ain't worried about what these other women do. If I was with my black woman, you think I'd be obsessing over these other women? No, I'm worrying about my black woman over there, my African woman. Because truth be told, if I ever get married again, it's gonna be a black woman or African woman. Shoot, my African coworkers trying to get me married right now. Yeah, yeah, we got wives for you. Just come to Africa. We got a wife for you. I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not ready yet. Not yet. Yeah, nah, I gotta hold up. I gotta get my retirement ready for that before I do that shit. But no, but I don't got time to be obsessed over these women making videos time and time again over women, over divestors, over modern black women. I don't have time for that. I don't have the energy to be worrying about them 24/7. Now, there's some stupid talking points, then I'll address it. But that after that, I'm not worried about them. That's why I can go to different platforms and talk to black women, even the ones that they. I saw someone visiting Mexico. It was like upstate New York. Mm. I guess they build it up over there. I guess, but yeah, but I don't got time. Hell, I went to a African event my coworker wanted me to go to, and what I see, black men, black women, Africans, they just chilling, dancing, drinking, having a good old time. They're having a good old time. We're having a good time. We're not thinking about these talking points they have on here with these dudes. I went to Galveston last week, walked around just chilling. Same thing, black men, black women together, all different sizes. I'm where the talking points. Where the talking points at? Where these where these women hating black men like that? They're not there. I only seen one interracial couple, like a black man with a white woman, and they were just riding a bike. They were chilling. I thought I saw a Hispanic with a black woman. I think I saw it. I don't know for sure. Can't remember. But all these talking points you don't see out here. It's not existent like that because they're not worried about these women like that. They may have their own problems, but you don't see it. That's why I'm like, I'm not obsessing over these people online like that. Talking points are for mainstream. This is where I may end. For mainstream, this is where I may end up. Yeah, and we've seen what happens when they try to take these red pill ideologies, these pimp ideologies, and these player ideologies. You take it to the mainstream, it don't work because men and women they need each other. Like they really do need each other, and they ain't trying to hear separate and trying to use women like that. And the ones who are doing that, they not coming on here to talk about this shit. They doing their own thing anyway. So what are you talking about? All this separating and I'm gonna use these men, I'm gonna use these women. Am I muted? Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, that might be StreamYard. Black don't black don't respect the open mind. Yeah, man. A lot of people on here don't respect the open mind because it don't fit their narratives. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is ideology fighting, and and the thing of it is, in the real world, these ideologies don't exist. They keep that shit. Wherever people think about each other, they keep that thing on the low because they know in real life you can't have that shit out of here. You're not gonna get nowhere. Black empowerment is a scam, to be honest. Yeah, because it doesn't involve what all it involves is bashing the other side. It's just bash the other side. The other side is this, and then on top of that, they bash the men and the women. Then they bash each other. The educated dudes don't want to deal with the hood dudes. The game dudes don't want to deal with the guys who don't game. The guys who hustlers don't want to deal with the dudes who got a corporate job. The women, the ones that want to be sex workers don't want to deal with the women. Just want to be classy women and want to be empowerment. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. And people want to keep fighting their own fucking battles. They want to defend their ideology to the point of insanity. And instead of being like, okay, look, that's her thing, you can follow that. But then it's like, okay, but I can see the negatives of your ideology. I can see the negatives of it. They don't want to hear that. Oh no, no, there's nothing negative here. What do you mean nothing negative? Oh, being a pimp, they ain't nothing negative. Pimps are going to jail. And even if they don't go to jail, they end up broke and dependent on a woman at the end of it. You being a player all your life, nobody's gonna trust you. You end up old and alone. I know a couple. The women that want to use men all the time. Okay, if I can't introduce a fresh perspective, I'd rather go somewhere else. The other community pays me money anyway. All I have to do is change my inflection and be cohesive with said point. Why not? I mean, look, reaction videos make more money. That is the beauty of being educated. Yeah, you don't have to just say the same old bullshit all the time. You're not stuck. A lot of these people want you to stay stuck. And then what happens is you get out there in the real world, you lose yourself. You find that one, that right, the wrong, well, I want to say the wrong one, the wrong man, the wrong woman, and you lose yourself to that person because they have the stronger mindset. They have the stronger family. And you're gonna be like Ricky Williams, changing your last name, changing everything about yourself, or Serena Williams lighting your skin. My kid's Armenian. What about your African heritage? You're losing yourself because you don't respect yourself. You're losing your you're losing yourself. That's your heritage. Your last name is your heritage, whether you want to believe it or not. And you want to lose that because to make someone else happy, make them more secure. That's the folly of not knowing yourself, not understanding yourself, being educated, loving yourself, being proud of yourself. When, especially as a man, because there's so much shit that is, especially as a black man, you got to know yourself because there's so many things out to get you. If it ain't the legal system, it's these jobs, and some of these women, they out here, they're looking for you to be a mark. They looking for you to be a mark so they can take advantage of you. And if you are not secure in yourself, if you're not proud of yourself, you will be took and you'll be doing goofy shit like changing your fucking name and possibly ruining your business. If you're going to do stuff, it's got to be strategic. It's got to be something that's beneficial. Him changing his last name ain't beneficial to him at all, other than keeping this white woman happy, which is ain't gonna be, it ain't gonna be beneficial because she might leave tomorrow and take all his shit. And she a lawyer. She knows some people probably could make sure that she get a lot of his shit. And they got children too. And you gonna do this goofy shit. You might as well just say, hey, I'm her man, like Dame said earlier. Put in the chat. Let me go back to it. Go back to it. Hold on. Live right here. She is the head of the household. She's the husband in the relationship. That's what she is now. He ain't the man. She the man. And yeah, and when she get tired of him, guess what? She gone. Reaction videos do make money. All I have to do is have a palatable inflection. People say that I sound almost white when I speak well anyway. Some of the people silly. But yeah, I mean, reaction videos do make money, man. I mean, shit, they make good money. And you easily get views like that, man. I'm subscribed to a bunch of channels who do reaction videos. Shit, I would do it myself at the time. But some of this shit, man, I don't really watch it like that. But shoot, I could make some good money if I was on it like that, man. But yeah, but let me get back to. I'm trying to end it. It's only an hour and 30 minutes in. But yeah, but again, to any black man, man, listen, do not lose yourself. Have pride in yourself. Have some dignity about yourself. I understand that your image is in the toilet. I understand that they think all you can be is an athlete, a thug, or they think you're not the best dads or all that kind of stuff. Don't let the society dictate to you. Don't let any woman dictate to you anything. Have pride in yourself. Have pride in your family. You don't like your family, fuck them. But you have to have pride in yourself. You have to respect yourself so that you don't be under some narcissistic woman who feel like all the attention got to be on her, and you got to change your last name and ruin your checks, or you got to go do some crazy shit like go up there on a stage and slap a comedian and ruin your name like that. Or you're gonna have to act like a fucking runaway slave because you're you got some kind of fetish and telling everybody you got a damn fetish. Have some fucking pride in yourself, black man. Have some pride. Because look, there are a lot of people who want to use you and abuse you. Between the government, some of these women, even your own brothers. They're waiting for you to be weak and lazy and degenerate so they can use you and throw you away. If you don't know yourself, you are expendable, just like thugs, just like dudes who sling their penis around, just like dudes that don't have no drive and nothing. You are nothing but expendable. People will use you and then they will throw you away. That's it. Don't be like that. Don't be Ricky Williams. And like I said, R.I.P. Ricky Williams. Goodbye, Ricky. We knew you. You were a great football player. Now you're just a white woman's bitch. And that's the saddest thing I can ever see. And with that, yep, the community is, yeah, can you say it is? You don't want to be like that. You don't want to be expendable. Be somebody, be proud of yourself. Because if you pride in yourself, people are gonna have pride in you. People are going to respect you. And they're not gonna be looking to you to change your last name to theirs. Unless it's beneficial financially. If it's not, no, don't do that shit. But people won't stop you from doing it because they don't respect you anyway. Respect yourself. Respect where you come from. Respect yourself. Try again in a few seconds. Have pride. That is all. That's it. Have pride. Have pride in yourself. You gotta have some pride. And then once you have pride in yourself, then you'll go get power. Power over yourself. Then you have power. Then you have power over your community. Then you have power in your relationship. So you won't have to be doing goofy shit of changing your last name. But anyway, that's it. I'm about to get up out of here. Thank you, the woman who doesn't exist to you. Thank you for coming by. And Dan Frankie of the Ebony Star Network. Thank you for coming by. Um, Go watch that channel. They about black unity, black love. It's a safe space for black women. and also Psychopathias for his live stream inspiring this live stream. Go check out their channel. Um, with that, I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night, good day, or whenever you're listening to this. I'm out. Peace. Damn it. Wrong spot.